Hello everyone, and this is BenTech Code coming at you with a brand new comparison video. Today we're comparing the Rebel T6 dedicated camera versus the Google Pixel 2 in a video face-off. Keyword video, not stills. I might do stills at a different time with my brother who's a lot more photographer friendly, but this is a video shootout. So I want to start talking about these cameras. One is a dedicated camera and the other is a phone, so I think it's going to be really interesting to see which one wins out. So let's get started with the first heat, which is a dedicated shooting environment, the studio, with dedicated lights in the frame. That's right, dedicated lights in the frame. Not in good places, because usually there's no such thing as good lighting, but here we're going to have okay. So as you can see, my Corvette built by Lego focusing, you can see the image going in and out of focus, and although quality looks very crisp, very clear, when it's not in focus, it's just blurry. So it's important to note that the Canon Rebel T6 does not have autofocus, but almost every Canon camera across the line that's brand new, 2019 or older, will have dual pixel autofocus, which is what you'll find on a lot more phones and a lot more cameras nowadays. So if you buy any modern Canon camera, you will get good autofocus, but the one I have just won't. And I mean, autofocus is a necessity for some, but for a lot of other people, they just want manual focus. Because sometimes the computer can make mistakes, and sometimes it won't. And even in manual focus, subjects in motion, as long as you keep up with them, like I did with this car, I mean, it'll just stay in focus. So I think it's important to note that although it is a really important subject, I think we can go ahead and, relax about the autofocus and focus. If you have a more recent Canon camera, you really won't have to. So, this is a telephoto shot, the only telephoto shot I'm actually going to include with this video, using a dedicated telephoto lens. And just look at it. Look at it. And mind you, this is from the viewpoint of more than 5 feet away. And look how close it can get. The trade-offs, of course, is that you lose focus quite quickly and there's no OIS, so it's just really jiggly. I'm going all over the place. My hands are not stable. So use a tripod if you're going to use that telephoto. And if you're going to zoom in and keep on focusing. Now let's move on to the Pixel 2. And the zoom on the Pixel 2 doesn't go that far, and let's just be honest, it's a giant splotchy mess of pixels. And the Pixel 2, it does an adequate job with this lighting. Very sharp, but it does catch a little bit more of the glimmer from that dedicated light right there. So, and when the subject's in motion, of course it has autofocus. It's a phone camera, not a dedicated camera. So the Pixel 2 adequately makes sure it adjusts the focus, especially since I had already placed it. So this is another shot from the Rebel T6, and let's just look at it. What in the world? Even with an ND filter, sorry, not an ND filter, it's some kind of filter that I put on it on the camera lens itself to block out the sun. This is what I got. Oh my goodness, just let it speak for itself. I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. Whereas we move on to the Pixel 2, it adjusts everything to compensate. Although I lose a little bit of quality and focus, it still makes my minifigure look like a minifigure and not some overblown, gas bag. So this, of course, is a nature shot, and the leaves look extremely crisp, almost too crisp. So when in focus, my minifigure actually looks like it's inside a tree. Whereas this one, it still looks extremely crisp, but it does smooth out the leaves a little bit more than the Rebel T6, and quality overall is good. But since it's always keeping a minifigure in focus, maybe you don't get that in and out of focus effect that you might want. And with a subject in a lighted foreground, which is the window in this case, both the Pixel 2 and the Rebel T6 actually kind of overblow this one, with the Rebel T6 making the minifigure too bright and the Pixel 2 not making it bright enough.
Of the Rebel T6,
Let's view this mic
Canon
test.
Rebel T6 primary lens, add camera microphone, primary lens, not telephoto, primary lens, camera microphone. See?
So obviously we're nearing the end, and that was a mic test for both devices. And I think the Rebel T6 actually did a better job with the mic. Not out of pure quality, but just that it sounded like I was actually there in the actual video, rather than someone behind the cameraman saying, "Hey, what's up?" Which was the Pixel 2. It just sounded like I was kind of far away. So let's talk about these devices as a whole. I think the Rebel T6 shoots excellent video at a really good quality on focused subjects, so I think this could be a great A-roll camera. Whereas the Pixel 2 is a running gunner with autofocus, really good autofocus, that can keep your subject in focus no matter what. So I think that's a B-roll device. So anyways, like and subscribe. This has been it. Like and subscribe, and please visit benteco.blogspot.com for more content. And as always, see you next time.